What happens when two of India's most promising hip-hop groups turn from collaborators to rivals? The recent feud between Seam and Rollins has captivated fans and sparked heated debates across the music industry. Once allies in the burgeoning Indian hip-hop scene, their relationship has soured, leading to diss tracks, social media jabs, and a divided fanbase. This isn't just a personal spat. It's a reflection of the evolving dynamics within Indian hip-hop. Seam and Rollins emerged as trailblazers in India's hip-hop landscape, known for their innovative sounds and lyrical prowess. Their collaborations were celebrated, symbolizing unity and creativity in the genre. However, recent tensions have escalated, culminating in Seam releasing a diss track aimed squarely at Rollins. This unexpected move has left fans and industry insiders questioning the root of the conflict. Seam's diss track doesn't hold back. With biting lyrics and sharp critiques, they target individual members of Rollins, referencing past collaborations and the reasons behind their fallout. The track asserts Seam's musical superiority and challenges Rollins' credibility, painting a picture of betrayal and artistic divergence. Lines like "We built bridges, you burned them down" highlight the depth of their grievances. Rollins has yet to release an official response track, but their social media activity suggests a rebuttal is imminent. Teasers and cryptic messages hint at their side of the story, while their engagement with fans keeps the conversation alive. Their silence on the matter, coupled with these hints, has only fueled anticipation and speculation. The hip-hop community is divided. Some applaud Seam's boldness, viewing the diss track as a powerful artistic statement. Others criticize it as unnecessarily aggressive, fearing it could harm the genre's unity. Influencers and YouTubers have taken sides, analyzing lyrics and predicting outcomes. A segment of fans even speculates that the feud might be a calculated publicity stunt, designed to boost streams and visibility for both groups. This rivalry raises broader questions about the state of Indian hip-hop. Are such feuds beneficial, driving competition and creativity? Or do they foster toxicity and division? Comparisons to Western rap beefs, like Eminem vs. MGK or Tupac vs. Biggie, highlight the potential risks and rewards. While some argue that diss tracks are a rite of passage in hip-hop, others worry about the impact on young fans and the genre's reputation. The Seam vs. Rollins feud has undeniably brought attention to both groups, sparking conversations about artistry, loyalty, and competition in Indian hip-hop. Yet, it also prompts reflection on the direction of the genre. Is this rivalry a genuine clash of egos and ideals, or a strategic move in the music industry's playbook? As fans and artists navigate this landscape, one question remains. Is this real competition or just a marketing game? Let's pick it up from where we left off. If this really is about competition, then the lines drawn by Seam's diss track mark the start of a lyrical war that could redefine hip-hop in India. But if it's all marketing, it begs another question. What does that say about authenticity in the genre today? Here's the twist. Seam and Rollins were once seen as the future of a more collaborative Indian rap scene. Their early work together featured raw, emotional verses over clean, experimental beats. Fans loved that they brought different flavors without clashing. So when Seam fired off that diss, it hit harder than a typical rap beef. It wasn't just lines thrown for clout. Felt like a deep personal break. People started digging through old interviews and Instagram lives. One clip from 2 years ago showed Seam's frontman shouting out Rollins as "fam for life." Now those words echo like a joke. The betrayal theme runs through the diss track. It wasn't just "we're better rappers." It was "we trusted you and you flipped." And this leads to something bigger. The emotional stakes. Diss tracks in hip-hop often thrive on performance and bravado, but this one feels steeped in real disappointment. You can hear it in the tone, not just the words. There's pain in the punchlines. That adds another layer to why fans are so divided. Some respect the vulnerability. Others think it's airing dirty laundry. Now let's talk about the content of that diss track in more detail. Seam doesn't just name-drop Rollins. They surgically dismantle the group's legacy. One verse accuses them of riding trends instead of setting them. Another calls out specific projects they abandoned midway. Seam even goes after individual members' solo ventures, mocking failed singles and calling out ghostwriters. Have you ever heard a diss track that sounds like a biography written in venom? That's what this feels like. Still, as brutal as it is, it's crafted with precision. The beat is haunting, slow building, almost cinematic. The structure isn't freestyle chaos. It's meticulous. Hooks tie back to previous collaborations, flipping their meaning. There's even a moment where Seam samples a voice note allegedly from Rollins' camp. If that's real, it's an incredibly bold move. So what's Rollins doing while this burns up the charts? Their strategy, for now, seems to be control. They're not rushing into a reply. Instead, they've been posting cryptic tweets, loading up Instagram stories with half-revealed lyrics, and attending interviews where they say just enough to fan the flames. It's a high-stakes chess game. Every move is calculated. Their fans are already in defense mode. Forums are flooded with breakdowns of Seam's lyrics, claiming exaggeration or flat-out lies. Some fans are even releasing their own diss tracks, fan-made versions, defending Rollins. This kind of grassroots energy shows just how invested people are. But here's the danger. The line between performance and real hate is blurring. And that's where the industry steps in. Some music producers have quietly distanced themselves from both groups. One major label exec posted, "We want beef in bars, not in boardrooms." Meanwhile, independent artists are torn. A few are taking sides publicly. Others are begging for unity. And then come the influencers. YouTubers are cranking out reaction videos. Some are Team Seam. Others ride for Rollins. One even said, "This isn't a diss war. It's cultural warfare." Over the top, maybe. But there's some truth there. Because if we zoom out, this feud speaks to deeper fractures in Indian hip-hop. The scene has exploded in the last 5 years, thanks to global exposure, streaming platforms, and movies like Gully Boy. But with growth comes growing pains. Have you noticed how quickly the vibe has shifted? What started as underground brotherhood has started to mirror the ultra-competitive, commercialized rap scenes of the West. The idea of making it has begun to override the idea of building something together. Anthem vs. Rollins could be the poster child for that shift. Let's get uncomfortable for a second. Is this feud healthy for Indian hip-hop? Maybe. Feuds have always pushed the genre forward. Look at Nas vs. Jay-Z. That beef gave us Ether. Look at Kendrick's Control verse. Feuds force rappers to level up, sharpen their pens, and stand tall. They can ignite creativity. But the flip side is toxicity. When the audience stops caring about the music and starts picking fights in comment sections, we've lost the plot. When fans start doxing people or mocking artists' families, it becomes something darker. The sad part.